This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. '25 Nebraska State Basketball on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Teammates Mentoring. Join the team. Be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. Woodhouse Auto. Convenience delivered every time. Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. And by 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank with your financial needs.
As of today, only 48 high schools in the state of Nebraska are still playing basketball, and that number will begin rapidly dwindling today as we begin the 2025 state basketball tournament in Class C1. Hello, everyone. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, getting set for the Class C1 bracket. Our first game presents the top seed from Lincoln Lutheran, taking on the 8 seed, upset-minded Filmore Central. Lou, Class C1 has historically, over the last few years, had a lot of familiar faces. We got a couple of newbies in Class C1 this year. A fascinating matchup, including a team that believes they can move up from a class below and win in Class C1 this year.
We got a team like Lincoln Lutheran who's been here and done that. They almost won a state championship a year ago. Filmore Central, you mentioned it, kind of an upstart. They beat Auburn. That's all I got to say. They rebounded from a tough loss to Donovan Trumbull in the sub-districts, but they beat Auburn, so that gives them a lot of confidence. I think a team that feels like they can win here today.
We're going to see two fantastic key players, two very good teams, but two incredible players we'll be spotlighting next. Starting lineups, all the action coming up. You're watching the Class C1 State Boys Basketball Championships on News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
Welcome back to News Channel Nebraska, getting set for a Class C1 quarterfinal matchup between Lincoln Lutheran and Filmore Central. Lincoln Lutheran was a Class C2 team a year ago. They finished state runner-up. Moved up a class, hasn't bothered them at all. They're the top seed here today, Lou, and one of the big reasons is because they have, simply put, one of the best players in Class C1 in Jacob Dutzman.
Yeah, Dutzman is a heck of a player. He's kind of does a little bit of everything for this team. He leads them in just about every stat. I think his experience is going to be big in a game like this. You know, as we mentioned, they've been here and they've done that. So has Jacob Dutzman, a great player. I think that experience goes a long way in a game like this.
Lou alluded to it. The C1 bracket, when it came out, maybe most prominent for who isn't here. Auburn. That's thanks to Filmore Central, who beat them in overtime, and thanks to their key player who had a phenomenal game against the Bulldogs, and they'll need him to have a phenomenal game again today in Dan Stoner.
Yeah, you know, Dan Stoner, it's much like Dutzman. He kind of leads this team in a little bit of everything, but one thing that stands out to me is 4.5 assists a game. This is a team that shoots the three ball well, and so does Stoner, but I think his ability not only to get his own shots, but to get shots for other people. If this team shoots well and Dutzman gets a lot of assists, they've got a chance to win here this morning.
One guy we can always count on for great assists, the third member of our broadcast crew, Michael Shively, with more on today's contest. Michael?
The goal for every high school basketball program is for this to feel normal. They want to be regulars at the state tournament, but the reality is this is anything but normal. High school teams don't play in gyms like this cavernous Bob Devaney Sports Center with risers behind you, nobody in the background of the hoop. That's one thing to adjust to. The other, well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. You don't have too many basketball games starting at 9 a.m. Fortunately for Lincoln Lutheran, that's the only major adjustment they have. Like usual, they're sleeping in their own beds, dropping you off at school, making a short trip across town to get to the gymnasium. Different story for Filmore Central. Head coach Derek Reich says it was an effort to make things feel like normal. He didn't want to spend the night in Lincoln the night before. They all stayed in their own beds. They got to Filmore Central, which is in Geneva, and left about 6:15 this morning, made the hour and 15-minute bus ride here to Lincoln. They did have the send-off, so they broke from normal there, so an ambulance, police, fire truck, everything to escort them out of town, almost like a parade. But beyond that, parent-teacher conferences were last night at Filmore Central High School, so some of the boys likely worrying about if they got an A or a C+, just as much about their state basketball tournament game the next day. So both teams making efforts to make it feel like normal, even though the circumstances and the environment here at State are anything but. We'll have your starting lineups and tip-off coming up soon on News Channel Nebraska.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
The pregame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at customsportsco.com and by KRT. Learn more at krtrelief.com. State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice for complete vision care for all ages. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Let's talk School Spotlight, brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is currency. Visit gocurrency.com. This is Lincoln Lutheran's third state appearance, their second in a row. They made their first appearance in a state championship game last year when they finished runner-up in Class C2. Filmore Central's history, a bit more complicated. Technically, this is their first appearance ever at state, but Geneva made 26 appearances. They won 5 titles, including a victory over the Beller brothers in Waltill back in 1976. The town of Fairmont, also in this school district, made 18 appearances. They beat Fairfield for the game that we all remember, the 1921 Class E state championship game. Neither community has made a trip to the state tournament since 1989. That is your School Spotlight. Starting lineups, all the action coming up next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speedy Mart. When you have to fuel your journey and feed the crew, whether it's many or a few, Speedy Mart is fresh, ready, super clean, and convenient. And when you make a pit stop, it's gotta be fast. Easy in, easy out. Speedy Mart for the win.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Nebraska weather is extreme, fast-changing, and at times severe. That's why News Channel Nebraska is turning to the person who knows Nebraska's weather best. Introducing Chief Forecaster Kent Bowden. With over 40 years of forecasting experience and a place in the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame, Kent brings unmatched experience to your screen. Watch Kent on NCN Monday through Thursday, bringing his forecast to the entire state.
Back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, getting set for a Class C1 quarterfinal matchup. It's Filmore Central, the 8th seed, taking on the top-seeded Warriors of Lincoln Lutheran. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Lou, fascinating matchup. Not a matchup many expected. Filmore Central has been playing well of late, and they've got a Lincoln Lutheran team that certainly has their attention, considering what they were able to do to Auburn in the district final.
Yeah, absolutely. You beat Auburn, you get a lot of people's attention. Lincoln Lutheran, they're playing really well right now. 13 of the last 14 games. That one loss was to GICC by 1 point. So they're playing very good basketball. They're a confident team. But this Filmore Central team coming into the state tournament, this is a team that likes to shoot the three, and you look at their starting lineup, they've got a whole bunch of guys that can get it done. If they can stretch this defense out and knock down threes, they'll have a great chance, I think, here this morning.
As they introduce some of the non-starters, we can talk about our starting lineups. Those are brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you are cared for. As we mentioned, Filmore Central coming in with a record of 21-5. We talked about Dan Stoner. 3 members of this starting 5 average in double figures, including Jaron Tweedy and Joey Stoner. Joey Stoner and Kenyon Miller, 2 sophomores that Coach Reinsch told me this week have played well beyond their age at times, especially Miller, a sharpshooter, averaging 42% from beyond the arc this year. 4 players in double figures. Kiffin Theobald, the senior, also a 10-point per game. So they can score it on all 5 levels, can the Filmore Central Panthers. And there you see Joey Stoner, the sophomore, who will definitely need to play beyond his years today. Good shooting team. 4 of the 5 starters for Filmore Central average at least 30% per game from beyond the long line. Lincoln Lutheran 22-3 for Coach Jesse Bowens. We talked about Dutesman. Ryan Hager has been a great player for them for a long time as well. Closing in on 1,000 points in his career. Grant Stowell, 6'5" point guard. That's a nice thing to have in your back pocket. Nathan Holly, a lot of senior leadership on this team. 4 seniors, the only junior, Braxton Glines, who's a good shooter himself, averaging 39% per game from beyond the arc. This team shoots 35% from 3. Lou, both of these teams can light it up from deep. However, this is the 9 a.m. game in a cavernous arena that they're not used to playing in. It could very well come down to whoever gets hot from beyond the arc first might have the advantage here today.
Yeah, both teams like to push tempo too. They like to run the floor, like to try to get out in transition. But I think you're right. The three-point shot is something to watch. I think maybe Lincoln Lutheran has a little bit of an advantage just because they've played here before. That experience factor, I think, comes into play, especially in game number 1.
Filmore Central wearing their road purple for head coach Derek Reinsch. 2 coaches in their 4th year at the heads of their programs. Coach Jesse Bowens, 72 wins, 30 losses. Coach Reinsch, 66 wins, 31 losses. He has coached elsewhere, took St. Paul to the state tournament a couple of times before coming to Geneva 4 years ago. The shoes are off. I guess that means we're ready to go. So glad you could join us here on News Channel Nebraska. The first of 18 state championship broadcasts begins now, and it's Filmore Central with control at the outset. This is Kiffin Theobald, the senior. Swung top of the key, Dan Stoner. Picked up defensively. Outside. Back to Filmore Central, the up fake. This Lincoln Lutheran team so long, Lou. We'll see if Filmore Central can find some room as they try one from three that misses everything, and there you go.
Yep.
First three of the tournament. It's just a different atmosphere shooting in the Devaney.
Yeah, it's a different atmosphere, and I think too, with as we've just mentioned, the experience factor. Filmore Central playing their first time here in a while, and then it's a, 9 a.m. game. You got to get up and get ready to go in an atmosphere like this.
Out of bounds, Lincoln Lutheran will try it again.
I got to say that if we see right there, Coach French, they're the best dressed coaches I've seen here.
Absolutely, yeah.
They look sharp over there.
They went full suit to make the trip up from Geneva this morning. As Michael Shively said, it was parent-teacher conference day yesterday, so nothing like facing the judgment of your teachers before you play the biggest basketball game of your life. Baseline crossover off the empty corner. Off the mark, rebound pulled down by Theobald, and back come the Panthers.
It was a great look by Dutzman, just didn't get it to fall.
Here's Tweedy. Found a step, good help defense, but a foul called. And that'll send Filmore Central to the line for the first time today.
I think one thing that Filmore Central, not only are they going to try to shoot threes, they're going to try to beat you off the dribble and get the ball in the lane. That's what they do well, is the dribble penetration, kick out to shooters, knock down three-pointers. If they're able to penetrate that Lincoln Lutheran defense, they'll have opportunities to score. The first free throw is long.
You saw it again there, clear as ever. Our instant replays brought to you by Unity Eye Centers. Jaron Tweedy, 6-foot senior. 58% from the land of the free this season. Still no score in this game. Rebound pulled down by Gilness. Braxton Gilness. Top of the key, Hager swung left side. Almost turned over. Nice job to stay with it. Open three, in and out. Rebound tapped out. It'll stay with Lincoln Lutheran.
I think there's some carnival rims on here. Shots aren't falling. That looked pretty good out of his hand, just a little bit long.
There's a last touch by Joey Stoner. That three short as well. Stoner rips down the rebound, then immediately tied up. So it'll go right back to Lincoln Lutheran on the alternating possession.
Well, that was kind of a quick long three there by Dutzman. Certainly a guy that can make shots like that, but I think especially early when you're trying to establish something offensively, you're going to take better shots.
Dutzman, a 40% three-point shooter on the year. Just did keep the pivot foot down, say the officials. Now left side, back to Dutzman. The spin draws a crowd. Kicks out of it. Extra pass. Too strong. Still stymied on the scoreboard. Off the secondary break, Lincoln Lutheran closed, tipped out. Last touch by Stoner. It'll be Lincoln Lutheran basketball here in our first quarter, which is brought to you by John Henry's, their family, serving yours.
I think you see there the length on that pass inside with Lincoln Lutheran, which will be a challenge. A lot of long arms, a lot of tall dudes. It's going to be tough to make those sort of passes into the paint.
Tough contested three, left short. These teams, a combined 0 for 5 from the field. Now Stoner. Back inside it goes to Theobald. Floater, short. Rebound, Dutzman. Well, if nothing else, they are padding their rebounding stats, are these teams in the early going. Good strong drive. Jacob Dutzman gets Lincoln Lutheran on the board.
Well, there's that experience. Dutzman decides just take it strong to the basket. Get one to fall, get that rim opened up.
Set the single season scoring record for Lincoln Lutheran this season. Now 448 and counting. Stoner thought three, thought better of it. Kicks Tweedy. Tough shot in the lane. Rebounded by Grant Kuhlman. Ooh, this Lincoln Lutheran team, just so much length.
Yeah. Size, length, it's tough going against a team with that sort of size and athletic ability.
Kuhlman wants three. Long rebound, tracked down by Lincoln Lutheran. That's Stoll giving them another chance. Dutzman off the mark, Stoner the board.
Are you sure these regulation rims here?
We are a little cold to start the game, a little give and go, read well by Lincoln Lutheran. Now it's back to Miller. Up top, Theobald. Stoner wants three. Rebound pulled down by Grant Stoll, the 6'5" senior. A mid-range jumper, boy, nobody can hit right now. Tweedy the rebound and a timeout called. We'll take one as well. 3:36 to go, first quarter. Eventually the shots are going to start dropping, we promise. This is News Channel Nebraska.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Agri-City Insurance, protecting what you grow. And by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game.
Well, Jesse Bowlins, head coach at Lincoln Lutheran, he's got experience at state as a player. Played for Lincoln East back in the day, 2001. There he is. Lincoln East needs to bring those uniforms back. Had a good defensive game as they defeated Columbus for the state championship. There he is, getting the championship from his legendary coach. Jeff Campbell, by the way, an assistant on that team. He's the current coach at Lincoln East, but a lot of winning experience at Lincoln East, and he's carried that over to Lincoln Lutheran.
Has done a great job with this program.
Who can find the offense first? And a travel called out of the timeout. Now this Lincoln Lutheran defense.
Yeah.
Filmore Central has only put up 4 shots.
Yeah, the Warriors wall up defensively, and they're going to try to shut down those driving lanes. We saw one time Filmore Central able to get inside, but since then Lincoln Lutheran has, as I said, been basically a wall, forcing Filmore Central out onto the perimeter.
There's Nathan Holly, the senior, kicking out. Stoll. Tough shot, got it, and one. Grant Stoll looking for 3 the hard way.
That was a tougher shot than a lot of them have been. Do contact kind of falling away. That's a pretty good job. He goes up vertically. That's a nice job. It looked tougher from our angle, but a quality shot there from Lincoln Lutheran. You know, you talk a lot about X's and O's in basketball, and a lot of times it comes down to the Jimmies and Joes, and I think Lincoln Lutheran's got some Jimmies and Joes.
A foul called on Stoner. Up ahead, great outlet off the miss. There you see Dan Stoner's ability to share it. 4.5 assists a game for the 6'4" senior.
Great look, but the Warriors fell asleep that time. 2 Filmore Central players got behind the defense. Could have had a layup on either side.
Stoll off the screen, the defense switches. We've got a hold underneath. You know, Lou, that's an interesting thing in talking to Coach Reinsch. You know, they're a man-to-man team. Historically, they are a team that switches on screens, but he said they've been working on trying to fight through screens more. That time they got the switch. Lincoln Lutheran had the mismatch.
That's exactly what Lincoln Lutheran is trying to do, too, with that size, is find those mismatches.
Stole the back down, poked away. Points at a premium early on. Stoll reverses off the window. Stoner the board. Stoner ahead of steam into the front court. Tweedy got a step. Tried the step through. And Holly has the board. Swung left side. Off the up fake, beautifully done to get a step on the defender. Ryan Hager has his first bucket.
Hager froze the defense that time with that ball fake and just blew down that lane for an easy layup.
Quick trigger triple at the other end's left short. These teams have combined 0 for 8 from beyond the arc. Trying to muscle in on Stoner. Tough shot. Holly has Lincoln Lutheran up 6.
Holly with that reverse lay-in off the glass. Pretty move.
Stoner, cut off baseline. Found the cutter, but it was taken away. Dutzman the steal. Directing traffic in transition. Off the screen, wants 3. Offensive board. Dutzman cutting, walking. And it'll be Filmore Central basketball.
I think one thing to watch right now with Filmore Central, not shooting the basketball well, they're not able to get offensive rebounds against this bigger Lincoln Lutheran team. So if you're going to stay in the game, you're going to have to knock down some shots. You're just not getting those extra chance opportunities. Warriors doing a great job controlling the defensive glass.
So it's 8-2 here in our scoreboard, brought to you in part by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Currency's here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com today. Also brought to you by Faith Regional Physician Services. When hard work hits you hard, have faith. Turnover number 4 for Filmore Central. Now Lincoln Lutheran. Good position. Oh, great job down low to get the steal. Theobald back the other way. Averages 2.5 swipes a game. Now trying to set up the offense. That 3 missed everything, and it's Lincoln Lutheran ball. Lou, we cannot stress enough the difference shooting in a gym like this as opposed to the gyms in Geneva and Lincoln.
And again, it's that game 1 is the challenge, is to get used to that and do it under pressure. And neither team making threes right now. I think it's really important for Filmore Central to make threes to stay in this game.
I've heard it described once as trying to shoot with one eye closed, trying to adjust to that depth perception change. Lincoln Lutheran looking for the final shot. Dutzman can't get it, and that's the end of 1. Points at a premium early on. The top seed with a 8-2 lead. Lincoln Lutheran over Filmore Central. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevy in Aurora. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports. Nebraska weather is extreme, fast-changing, and at times severe. That's why News Channel Nebraska is turning to the person who knows Nebraska's weather best. Introducing Chief Forecaster Kent Bowden. With over 40 years of forecasting experience and a place in the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame, Kent brings unmatched experience to your screen. Watch Kent on NCN Monday through Thursday, bringing his forecast to the...
Getting set to start the second quarter here, brought to you and supported by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. A first quarter that did not see a point scored over the final 5 minutes and 23 seconds. 8-2 Lincoln Lutheran, as Filmore Central continues their struggles from the field early on, Lou.
Yeah, I think the stats that stand out to me is Lincoln Lutheran had almost twice as many shots in that first quarter. Both teams struggled from the field, but they had 4 offensive rebounds. Panthers, none. I think those are stats to watch.
Stowell wants 3. Stoner the board. Dan Stoner still looking for his first points, as are most of Filmore Central, frankly. Joey Stoner from the corner. Rebound to Dutzman.
He said it's like shooting with one eye closed. I used to shoot with both eyes closed, so didn't work out very well.
Off the up fake, tough shot, rebound tapped into the arms of Tweedy. Back comes Filmore Central, defeated Auburn in overtime. They had a 13-point lead in that game. Saw it melt away, but were able to dig deep and get the win late.
Panthers 1 of 10 from the field right now. but only down 6.
That's because it's been over 6 minutes since Lincoln Lutheran has scored last. Foul on the floor. 6 minutes and 24 seconds of basketball. Actually, 6:44 now without a point either side.
You see both teams trying to find those dribble penetrations, and since real early, Lincoln Lutheran has shut that down. And I think that's big for Filmore Central. To drive and dish is what they kind of make their living on.
Stoner found its way through. Joey Stoner floats one and down. The sophomore, his first bucket. Lincoln Lutheran quickly off the made feed, has it swiped. Stoner, transition triple. Offensive rebound, and a foul called on the floor.
A lot of time, an offensive rebound gives them a chance. Going to shoot. No, it's going to be inbounded. Foul is on the floor, but scramble after those loose ball rebounds. That might be a chance. We saw the only basket before the last one by Stoner was a fast break transition type play. That's, I think, what Filmore Central is going to try to do here as we go into the second quarter.
Braxton Glines back in the game for Lincoln Lutheran. That's a tough shot. You know, part of this, Lou, both of these defenses, every shot has been contested. It's part of the reason for the low field goal percentages, both sides. But if you're going to hit a fadeaway like that in the lane, it doesn't matter. Ryan Hager playing well early on.
That's just great penetration that time. Tough shot fading away from the basket, but he drove deep into the lane and found himself with a reasonably good shot.
Triple at the other end, missed everything. Filmore Central ice cold from beyond the arc. Now Hager pirouettes into the defense. Good kick out though. And the rebound to Tweedy, who skies and is fouled. They get Stoll with the swipe. That will be his second foul. Coach Bowens doesn't like it.
Well, how difficult has the three-point shooting been in this first half? 0 of 17 between these two teams.
Lou, you and I have made as many three-pointers as these teams have today. Tweedy wants to change it. Can't do it. Theobald there for the offensive rebound. Stoner back up and down.
That's an excellent rebound to give themselves that shot. Can they get those offensive rebounds and give those extra chance opportunities?
Theobald gambled and missed, left the open three. Put back by Stoll. Lincoln Lutheran back up 6.
Yeah, Stoll unencumbered there. Nobody boxed him out. Gets an easy putback.
Miller. Stoner wants 3, in and out. That one halfway home. 3-on-1. Dutzman up ahead. Off the window. Lincoln Lutheran. That's their game, Lou. They like to get out and run. Ran it well there.
Yeah, nobody plays the open floor better than Lincoln Lutheran. That was an excellent fast break that ends up in the quality lay-in.
Floater in the lane won't fall. Even the close ones aren't going for Filmore Central now. Lincoln Lutheran trying to get a double-digit advantage. Dutzman. Baseline. Through 2. Up and good with the left hand, and Filmore Central has got to talk it over. We'll take a timeout as well. Halfway home, second quarter. Lincoln Lutheran up 10. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
5 Points Bank brings communities together. Points Bank. Better bank, better community, better life.
Your life can change with one heartbeat, and that was mine. Pregnant at 16, scared, and wondering how my mother would react was terrifying. This is Selma. I made the right decision. I can't imagine if I would have ended this beautiful life. Your baby is a person that deserves their life and your love. Adelina has filled my life with tremendous joy. There are difficult times, it's a life changer, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. My faith is my strength. You are not alone. Call your local pastor to talk.
Hey, folks, stick around. We got our halftime show coming up. That brought to you by Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney. Yeah, you're on TV, man. Wave. Do something. He'll learn. 16-6, Lincoln Lutheran with the lead, second quarter.
Thought we were going to see a sibling squabble there for a minute.
Lincoln Lutheran another steal. Turnover number 5 for Filmore Central. That's a nice find, cross court, open three, no. The foul called on the rebound. They're going to get Glines for climbing the back. If he doesn't put the hand on the shoulder, Lou, I think it's clean.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good effort, but yeah, you can't climb the back. That's what happened there, but you like that effort flying in there to get that offensive rebound.
Tipped out. Stays with Filmore Central. Nothing easy for the Panthers right now.
Yeah, they've got to find something in their offense. Now, again, we've seen a bucket off of a fast break opportunity that Filmore Central had beat Lutheran down the floor. The other come off of offensive rebounds. They only have 2 offensive rebounds, but they both led to points.
Stoner kicks to the open man. And the rebound to Dutzman. Dutzman 5 rebounds in the first half. Backing a defender down, fouled on the floor. Warriors will inbound.
Now, if anybody could make threes before this game's over, you see what Dutzman's able to do there is back down to defense and force a double team. That allows other teammates to have opportunities offensively, whether it's three or cutter in that situation. That's what Dutzman does to you. He creates problems defensively.
That foul called on Michael Anderson, his first. Foul trouble could be big trouble for Filmore Central. They are not as deep as Lincoln Lutheran. Oh my goodness, how did that not go down? Stoner with rebound number 8 as he works it into the front court. Lobbed left side, open triple, in and out. Filmore Central, snake bitten from 3. 23 attempts from 3, no makes. So Lincoln Lutheran goes back inside, and they get Ryan Hager. He leads all scorers with 6.
Now Lincoln Lutheran finding shots inside. Filmore Central has struggled to do that, and that's allowed Lincoln Lutheran now to stretch this lead.
And a travel called at the other end. Good on-ball defense by Glines. Now stick around, folks. We'll have your halftime highlights coming up. Those brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Also brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Aurora.
Well, if you take the three-point shooting out of Lincoln Lutheran's stat line, they're not shooting very badly from inside at the 2-point. 9 of 14, but 0 of 12 from 3.
Dutzman changes that. Dutzman from deep. 7.6 rebounds in the first half.
Yeah, Dutzman is a dude out there. He's such a guy that just go off and score a lot of points on you.
11 unanswered for Lincoln Lutheran. Stoner eventually corrals the rebound and is fouled.
Talk about dudes. Dan Stoner got that football player build, and he is absolutely doing work on the boards here this morning.
Already 9 rebounds. That foul called on Cruz Fiddler, the 5'10 sophomore. Lincoln Lutheran over the limit, so Filmore Central a chance to get points from the free throw line.
So much would it cost me to have you take a charge from Dan Stoner?
No thanks. I'm just going to say no thanks. Keep your money. Whatever the hospital bill. Let's just say that. Cover the hospital bill.
Or the, the funeral arrangements.
Well, that too.
You know,
Stoner's a guy, he's already dealt with a lot of injuries. He's a senior. As a sophomore, tore his ACL. And before his freshman year, tore his labrum. So he's come back from 2 majorly debilitating injuries to become an all-state caliber player.
Yeah, he looks great today. That's tough, but that's dedication. That shows you the kind of guy he is.
Dutzman going one-on-one with Theobald. Reverse lay-in. That is tough to stop.
Yeah, Theobald just kind of threw his hands up like, what am I supposed to do? He's such a tough matchup one-on-one.
Dutzman with 9. Lincoln Lutheran up 16. Thrown away. Warriors off and running. Hager takes it himself.
Wow, that's an impressive play. Hager coast to coast. Got to stop the basketball. He's just too fast. He raced past the defense, took it all the way to the rim.
A 15-1 run over the last 3 minutes plus. That three falls, and the Filmore Central fans say finally.
Yeah. Theobald knocks down a long-range one. That's absolutely what the Panthers are going to need. They got to shoot their way back in this game.
They are a team capable of doing so. Hager off the up fake will head to the line. Draws the foul on Theobald. That'll be his correction. Foul on Tweedy, his first.
As much as the Panthers, really both teams struggling from three-point land, this is what Lincoln Lutheran's been able to do. They've been able to get shots around the rim much more consistently than has Filmore Central, and that's why they're up 15.
Ryan Hager, a 70% free throw shooter. I waited until after he shot it to say that. You cannot blame me for that one. This is a very good free throw shooting team. 69% as a squad. That is fantastic at the high school level.
I think we just, from now on, say this guy's a lousy free throw shooter, and then he just
try to
sinks
reverse
him,
jinx him, maybe. That'll help. I don't know.
There you go.
There's the first make for Lincoln Lutheran from the free throw line today. Back up 16. Final minute, first half. Touched up ahead, Stoner, kicked out. They close out on the three, bad pass. Last touch by Filmore Central.
Yeah, that's a problem. Now, if you're going to stay with Lincoln Lutheran, you have to win the turnover battle, and right now that's number 8 in the first half for the Panthers. Not a recipe for success against a really good team like the Warriors.
Lincoln Lutheran has made their last 4 shots. Shot clock not a going concern. Looks like they're playing for 1. Dutzman. Found room, found the bucket. Boy, that's good. That's real good.
What's worse than trying to cover Jacob Dutzman one-on-one? Maybe a root canal?
Now Stoner tried the step back, threw it away, and that's going to end the first half. Lincoln Lutheran makes their last 5 shots of the first half. They've extended their lead to 18. Hey, folks, don't forget to follow us online and on X at NCN Sports. Follow us there for live updates, recaps, and more. Halftime show next. This is NCN.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice for complete vision care for all ages. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speedy Mart. When you have to fuel your journey and feed the crew, whether it's many or a few, Speedy Mart is fresh, ready, super clean, and convenient. And when you make a pit stop, it's gotta be fast. Easy in, easy out. Speedy Mart for the win.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Halftime here in Class C1, and the top seed playing like it at the break, 28-10. Lincoln Lutheran with the lead over Filmore Central alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Lou, no one can hit threes right now, but Lincoln Lutheran is currently 12 of 19 from inside the arc. That's been the difference so far.
Yeah, just under 70% from inside the arc. So what they did is they just decided to attack off the dribble, get the ball inside, and certainly Dutzman is such a terror when he gets the ball in the lane. But they've been able to find the better shots. Fillmore Central has struggled getting the ball inside, and also both teams shooting about 8% from three-point land. So the three-point shots haven't really worked, but it's been Lincoln Lutheran that's been able to find the better shots here in the first half.
Dutzman with 11 points and 6 rebounds. Let's take a look at those halftime highlights. We'll cue those up here. Those brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. 28-10, Lincoln Lutheran with the lead at the break. And Lou, it's been that man right there, Jacob Dutzman, 11 points, 6 rebounds. He's also sharing the ball well. He's done a little bit of everything for Lincoln Lutheran so far.
Well, he's a great player, but he's so athletic. When he gets the ball down low, nobody can really go up and match him at the top of that shot. But they've been able to find shots like that inside. Bank shot off the glass to get Lincoln Lutheran going there.
There you see Hager, who had a very good first half as well. Hager gets 9 points in the first half on 4 of 7 shooting. He was the one who got the scoring going for Lincoln Lutheran. Fillmore Central, fits and starts, they've been able to score, but it's been a while since they were able to put up points. Joey Stoner there, and there you see what makes this team so good in transition. Kuhlman getting the bucket off the feed from Dutzman. Dutzman able to hit from deep here. Lincoln Lutheran rolling early on. Again, they're not shooting the ball well, but they're making plays like this. Hager, tough to beat, going coast to coast. And it's the Warriors with an 18-point lead. Jacob Dutzman, one-on-one. I don't know that you're going to be able to stop him at all today. So Lincoln Lutheran with the lead. Michael Shively, the third member of our broadcast crew, with more on today's matchup. Michael?
Jesse Bowens as Eric and Lou told you earlier, that he won the state title at Lincoln East back in 2001. That's pretty darn good, but as a matter of fact, he might not be the best Spartan athlete in his family. Derek Sailors is his uncle, and he was on the 1978 state championship boys basketball team. He led that team in rebounding. He led the next year's Spartans team in scoring at more than 18 points per game, and Derek Sailors is top 5 in career rebounds and single season rebounds in Lincoln East school history. He even went on to play at New Mexico State University, averaging double-figure points per game his senior season. They have the Spartan connection and the basketball connection, and Coach Bowens and Derek Sailors, his uncle, are still close. As a matter of fact, Derek, a Lincoln Lutheran super fan, but this year, because of a struggle with cancer, hasn't been able to make it to many games. He still watches every chance he gets and gives feedback to Coach Bowens. So a shout out right now to Derek Sailors if he's watching his nephew coach this Lincoln Lutheran team, and my guess is he has pretty good feedback here at halftime for his nephew. We have more Class C1 state basketball coverage here on News Channel Nebraska.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
Believe it or not, we're like a week away from the beginning of the high school soccer season. We'll have a broadcast here on NCN next weekend. It's crazy. Soccer is right around the corner, and if you want a great place to play soccer, head to Kearney, the Kearney Sportsplex, owned by the city of Kearney, opening in the spring of 2025, featuring a 66,000 square foot premium turf field. You want soccer? They've got soccer. They'll have 3 drop-down net batting cages as well. Soccer season is upon us, Lou, and there will be very few better places to play it than at the Kearney Sportsplex.
Yeah, I mean, especially like when the weather's bad, you could get in there and play. I mean, you can do so many things in the Kearney Sportsplex, and soccer is just one of them, but I can't wait for that place to open. Like I said, I'm going to pitch a tent. I'm going to be the first guy in there. We've been talking about it all year long.
He'll have his pickleball paddle ready to go. Located on Eunice Drive, right by all the hotels, restaurants, and that new Visit Kearney Center. Check it out, the Kearney Sportsplex in Kearney. Second half coming up, 28-10. Lincoln Lutheran with the lead at the break. This is News Channel Nebraska.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by See the Trainer, with locations in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
Did you know that the #1 reason officials quit is because of verbal abuse from parents and fans? We are losing officials, and we need everyone to respect the ref.
Judges help students to find their voice and become lifelong supporters of the arts. Without these individuals, NSAA activities would not be possible.
I cannot participate in the activities that I love without these officials and judges. So please, let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and let the judges judge.
Hey folks, let us know where you're watching the game. Follow us online at NCN Sports on X. Throw us a follow, let us know where you're watching today. We'll send you a shout out on the air. Michael Shively spoke with both head coaches. Michael, what do they think about the first half?
The message from each of these coaches at halftime to their team, the same. Get to the rim. For Coach Jesse Bowens of Lincoln Lutheran, he said early they were getting good looks, weren't hitting them, maybe settled for a few more threes than they needed to. Then they started to get to the rim, and they got that lead. He wants his team to keep attacking in half number 2. For Derek Reich, he said both teams are shooting poorly. For his Filmore Central squad, the only difference between them and their opponent is his opponent started to get to the rim. So that's what he's urging his team to do here in half number 2. He thinks maybe the nerves, the environment, the situation got to them early in this game. His message to his team about how they can relax is what's the worst that can happen here in the second half. He told his team to go make a memory, find their identity from the regular season, which was paint touches. So they're going to try to get to the rim and get the ball inside in half number 2.
All right, thank you. And A little early for popcorn. That's an okay breakfast, I suppose. As we get set to start our third quarter, that's brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location. Choose the medical clinic your friends recommend. They're 5-star patient rated. Dr. Harper and Spottle, plus their specialists, building a Norfolk legacy, one patient at a time. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Winner of this one will get either Cozad or Ashland Greenwood in the semifinals. That game follows the conclusion of this one. Lincoln Lutheran with the ball. They've made 5 in a row to end the second quarter. Quick double on Dutzman. Finds the open man. Can't roll it home, but an offensive board. Put back not there either. And back comes Filmore Central.
Well, the first half, Lincoln Lutheran was 12 of 17 inside the inside the three-point line, rather, which is 70%.
Lou, if they start hitting those, and they can, this is a streaky shooting team, that could get them back in it. There's a steal. Miller. Lincoln Lutheran got back defensively. Stoner wants 3. Stole the rebound. Hager thought 3, thought better of it. Entry pass. Dutzman draws a double. Kicks out. Hager left it short. Stoner the board. That's number 10 already for Stoner.
He's been a monster on that defensive glass. That's important against a Lincoln Lutheran team that can crash the offensive glass and get a lot of extra chances.
Stoner pulls up. Can't fill it up, though. Kuhlman the rebound.
I appreciate that both teams want to get the ball to the rim. I think for Filmore Central, it's the dribble penetration and the kick out to some spot-up shooters, which would be the recipe maybe to shoot your way back in this game.
Dutzman. Hip checked, say the officials. Fouled on the floor. That's called on Theobald. That's his first.
I think it's also real important for the Panthers to take care of the basketball. Had 9 first-half turnovers. Got to eliminate that here to come back against the Warriors.
Hager, the drive, blocked! Sent back by Tweedy.
That was a fantastic block by Tweedy.
Now Dutzman, 11 and 6 to start the second half. Hesitates, kicks up top. Extra pass, Hager penetrates. Dutzman wants 3. Can't leave him open. Hager found him. And Lincoln Lutheran back up 18.
That's what makes him so special. He can score at every level, whether it's a, in-your-face 3 or drive into the basket, get the ball in the paint. He's just an excellent basketball player.
Joey Stoner. Miller off the up fake, taking on 2 defenders. That's a tough shot. Stole the board. Now Dutzman trying to shake Theobald, fouled on the floor. And Lincoln Lutheran will inbound.
Well, Panthers are lucky they didn't give up a bucket there when Dutzman gets it that low. That's probably a pretty good foul, honestly. Prevent the basket, because once he's got the ball around the rim like that, it's 99% of the time that's going in.
Foul on Joey Stoner, his second. Now Dutzman back in, this time draws damage on his way up, and he'll shoot. 6'5" senior heading to Concordia next year to play college ball, an 80% shooter from the land of the free.
Yeah, that's a guy, when you have the lead, handles the basketball well and shoots free throws. Lousy. No, I'm just kidding. He's a great free throw shooter, but as the jinx goes, I'd like to apologize to the Dutzman family out there.
Yeah. I'm going to start getting anonymous letters from people. Never mention free throw shooting again in cutout magazine letters. 18-point lead for Lincoln Lutheran. Theobald can't change that. Rebound to Stoll.
Still want Dutzman on the line late in the game.
Absolutely. Good strong drive, too strong on the shot. But back to the line goes Lincoln Lutheran, and we talked about strong. This Lincoln Lutheran team, Lou, is all strength. Everybody on the court so physical.
Yeah, Kuhlman at 6'5", and he's got that big build too. That's a good offensive rebound. And I won't say a word about his free throw shooting.
Yeah, the rebound advantage starting to pile up. It's now 28-19 in favor of the Warriors. Stoll has 9, Dutzman 6, Kuhlman with 5.
What's the problem when you're playing Lincoln Lutheran is they're athletic, but they're big.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough matchup. That's what I talked about with the Jimmies and the Joes. You've got players that are not only good players and athletic, but they're big. So that's a difficult for anybody in this field.
Kuhlman hits both. And now a 20-point lead for Lincoln Lutheran. That's their largest. Quick triple at the other end. 360s out into the arms of Kuhlman. Dutzman one-on-one. Offensive foul. Officials say the shoulder went down. Goes back to Filmore Central.
Well, that's a good job by Tweedy just to use that baseline as that extra defender and try to force him back inside where there's help. And they get the foul on the off arm, the push off on the off arm.
Theobald into the front court. Miller. Theobald lost his footing. Now Dutzman, the step through block from behind, foul called though. And Dutzman shooting. That's going to be on Stoner. That's his third. That's a big foul for Filmore Central.
Step through and the foul gives Dutzman another chance at the free throw line. That's the problem with turning the ball over against Lincoln Lutheran. Not only do you give away your own possession, but this team is so adept at running with the basketball and getting opportunities. Dutzman misses again.
This is uncharacteristic of Lincoln Lutheran. 3 for 8 as a team. And Dutzman himself just 1 of 4 from the charity stripe, but he extends Lincoln Lutheran's lead now to 21 as Lincoln Lutheran switches up their defense again and gets turnover number 11. Hager bumped. And this will send them to the line. Filmore Central over the limit.
Yeah, Theobald called for the bump. Now you've got a chance, if you're Lincoln Lutheran, really make it difficult on the Panthers. Already up 21. And now with the foul discrepancy, you've got an opportunity maybe to spend some time here at the line in the third quarter.
Hager drills the first. As the Warrior is here, they should get him on the team. He's got some height. That head might hit the rim, though. That could be a problem.
I'll let that guy know I'm here. I owe him money.
Hager hits the second. He's in double figures. 8 unanswered for Lincoln Lutheran. Their largest lead is now swelled to 23.
Full court pressure slowing Filmore Central down.
Stoner drives, leaves it right side for Anderson. He'll head to the line. Michael Anderson, the 6th man for Filmore Central, 5'11" senior.
There's a heck of a find there by Stoner. Just threaded the needle through the defense. And those are the paint touches that Filmore Central wants here in this second half.
That's a nice pass in traffic. The foul was called on Dutzman, his second.
You can see why Dan Stoner averages 4.5 assists a game. Got a great eye.
That ends the run. First points in almost 4 minutes for Filmore Central. Still a 21-point advantage for the top seed. Runners up in Class C2 last year. just their third ever appearance at the state tournament. That's Ernst in the game for the first time for Lincoln Lutheran. Trenton Ernst, 5'8" junior. Here's Hager, who's played well today. Short arms that one, and then Stoner fouled on the rebound. Well, Lou, time's starting to wane, but you know, Filmore Central can hit a couple of threes. I think that's the key. You talked about it, Lou, maybe driving and dishing. If that basket opens up a bit, this game could change.
Yeah, been able to knock down some threes, and that's in the rhythm of their offense.
That one a little out of rhythm. Holly gets the board. Nice pass up ahead. Dutzman, and one. What a pass from three-quarter court. Dutzman, usually the passer, now the benefactor. And he's looking for three the hard way. That was Ernst on the assist.
Well, both teams have designs of doing what you just saw, beating the other team down the floor and creating better opportunities as both teams play pretty good defense. And Lincoln Lutheran that time does it to Filmore Central and gets Dutzman another chance to, well, I guess, miss a free throw. He's done everything else incredibly well, just not making free throws.
That foul on Joey Stoner, his third. He's hit the bench. That three short.
Well, it's a type of threes. It's the type of threes they're shooting. That just, you know, you've got to, you know, I think for this offense, you've got to dribble inside and force the defense to collapse, find some shooters outside. They're just kind of taking those quick threes, and they're not making them.
Meanwhile, a 30-21 rebounding edge for Lincoln Lutheran. As Dutzman pulls up. Unless you're Jacob Dutzman, then you can shoot whatever you want. What a shot. He's got 20.
Yeah, maybe he needs to stand out at the three-point line for his free throws.
Stoner wants to answer, can't do it. Hager the board. Hager the up fake, the window. Hager with 12. Correction, 13. Lincoln Lutheran pulling away.
Hager's been one of the players for Lincoln Lutheran who's kind of had an easy time against this defense. He's been able to dribble, penetrate, and really find good things inside.
Well, even the good buckets aren't falling. Stoner in and out. Good effort to muscle for a rebound underneath by Anderson. Then he's fouled.
Well, it's going to take a heck of an effort now, but plays like that give you a chance. Get that basketball back, get possession of the ball, and make something happen.
Braxton Blinds back in the game for Lincoln Lutheran. "90 seconds to go, third quarter. Filmore Central needs a flurry. Well read by Ernst. Stolen off the inbound. Waits for the trailer, but double dribble. And it goes back to the Panthers. Only 7 turnovers for Lincoln Lutheran today.
Well, Ernst made a great defensive play.
Another good defensive play. Look out. Oh, Dutzman mishandled it. Had to kind of change what he wanted to do on the fly.
Even when Dutzman makes a bad play, he makes a good play.
Theobald quickly at the other end.
That's much needed bucket there for the Panthers. Dutzman loses control of the ball and still scores. I mean, he's one of the few guys that can make a bad play look good.
Stoll wants 3. Offensive rebound Glines. Dutzman, second chance triple. Third chance, good, that's Ernst. Shortest guy on the floor with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Yeah, offensive board's going to kill you, and that's going to take Filmore Central completely out of this game.
Theobald short. Rebound Dutzman. This one's starting to get away. Shot clock is off. And Lincoln Lutheran will slow it up. What an impressive showing by the top seed here so far. This Filmore Central team won 21 games this year against tough competition, took down Auburn in the district final.
Yeah, did I tell you they beat Auburn? Did I say that already? That's an incredible win. Great season, but it's starting to unwind here in this third quarter.
Off the screen, Dutzman, the step back over to defenders.
Wow.
Come on now. Jacob Dutzman putting on a show. Lincoln Lutheran cruising in round one. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. Jacob Dutzman, even when he's got a freelance, he finds a way to get it done. 25 for the senior on News Channel Nebraska.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Agri-City Insurance, protecting what you grow. And by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game.
Teammates Mentoring is in need of mentors, especially for students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Meeting with a student just once a week in school can make a positive impact on their life by providing a sense of hope and helping them reach their full potential. 92% of Teammates Mentors report that they leave their mentoring time in a better mood than when they arrive. So what are you waiting for? Head over to Teammates Outdoor today to learn more information about how you can get involved. Join the team. Be a mentor.
(50-17). Top-seeded Lincoln Lutheran with the lead over Filmore Central here at the Devaney in the lovely city of Lincoln. And our fourth quarter is brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org. Well, Filmore Central has discovered that Lincoln Lutheran is for real. They're playing like it today, Lou Siefker.
Absolutely. There's an inside touch there for Filmore Central, but still down big in this ballgame.
Perhaps too little, too late. Coach Ryan should set at halftime. Get out there, play your game, make some memories. We'll see if Filmore Central can do that here. Off the steal, Theobald draws a double. Can't find the angle. Hager the board. Boy, Hager's played well. 13 points, 3 rebounds, couple of assists. Dribbled right into the defense there, though. Dutzman swung left side, Ernst. Back to Stoll. I think one thing that might get lost when you look at the score, the rebounding edge for Lincoln Lutheran today has been huge.
Yeah, they're such a big athletic team, and you got to keep them off the offensive glass, but they've controlled the defensive glass as well. Not very many second chances for Filmore Central.
Right on cue, an offensive rebound. Ernst, left side off the window. That's Kuhlman. By contrast, Filmore Central just 3 offensive rebounds today. Stoner. Try to leave it right side, fouled on the floor. Dan Stoner, we talked about his travails, his injury troubles early on. This is a Filmore Central team that has not had a lot of basketball success over the years. This young man has kind of rewritten the record book here at Filmore Central in terms of what he's done, points, rebounds. There he gets the and one. It's likely the end of a brilliant high school basketball career. And I'm glad the young man, the teams that don't make it to state, you generally don't get to hear about some of those guys. Dan Stoner, one of those incredible all-state caliber players, getting a chance to shine on the statewide stage.
Well, he's playing the Lincoln Lutheran Warriors, but he is a warrior of his own. He is, you fight back from injuries like that, and then you play at this level. That shows a lot of dedication, and he means everything to this team.
Stoner with 8 points, 11 rebounds today, as Hager has to sit down. I think blood on the jersey. We got Cozad and Ashland Greenwood in our 4-5 matchup. That'll get Lincoln Lutheran in the semifinals. Lou, that is a fascinating matchup. Ashland
really
Greenwood, a lot of folks feel like maybe they're a year ahead of schedule. There's not a senior on their roster. Meanwhile, Cozad having a dream season for the Haymakers. They have been so good this year. I think that 4-5 is going to be a fantastic game.
That should be a fun one. Ashland Greenwood is a fixture down here under Coach Mose. But a young basketball team, you're right. That should be an interesting matchup.
That'll be immediately following the conclusion of this one. Rebound, Theobald. The Cosad's Coach Bros telling me he thinks that Jacob Mose, his counterpart at Ashland Greenwood, one of, if not the best coach in the state of Nebraska. There's Dutzman putting on a show. The exclamation point, he's got 27.
Yeah, he gets up very easily. He's such a good athlete.
Stuffed at the other end. Lincoln Lutheran foot on the gas pedal. Ernst. Stoll picked up by Miller defensively. High screen. Dutzman. Zip to Stoll over 2. Tipped out. And it will stay with Lincoln Lutheran.
You know, Lincoln Lutheran got it going offensively after a slow start. But to me, the most impressive thing today is what they've done defensively. Filmore Central, a good offensive team, a good three-point shooting team, and a team, as we talked about, likes to do the dribble penetration and find spot-up shooters. They have done a great job keeping Filmore Central out on that perimeter and forcing them into, you know, shots that you can get pretty much any time in your offense. They have not found good shots against this defense.
There's Anderson with a steal. He's got a 2-on-1. Tweedy riding sidecar. Switches to the left hand. Tweedy's first points.
That's where the Panthers are at their best. Try to get some transition plays. Struggled to do that as well today against Lincoln Lutheran.
Jaron Tweedy, one of 3 seniors in the starting lineup. This Filmore Central team, fairly senior heavy. They've got 4 playing their final basketball game here today. What a find. Hager can't hit. Stoll, right place, right time. Says thank you very much.
Yeah, Stoll just camped out right there in front of the basket like he knew where that ball was going to be. It goes right into his hands and right back up. That's a good quick release too underneath.
That's Stoll's 10th rebound. Theobald thought 3, now takes it off the sidestep. Stoll rebound number 11. Off the give and go, back to Stoll and 1. Grant Stoll working on a double-double. He's got 8 now, looking for 9 at the free throw line, and another great pass by Dutzman. That's his 4th assist.
Yeah, Dutzman finds Stoll cutting down the lane, and that in a nutshell to me is the difference in this game. Lincoln Lutheran has consistently found plays in the lane where Filmore Central has struggled to do that with any level of consistency. And that's where Lincoln Lutheran's really been able to pull away. The other thing about Lincoln Lutheran, you know, we talk about Dutzman and what a great a player he is, and he certainly is. He's got a lot of help. There's some good players on this Warrior team. That's one reason they're the favorite, well, they're number 1 seed and a favorite to win a state championship.
Hey, stick around, folks, after the game. You'll deal with the suspense of finding out who on earth we might pick to be our player of the game. That interview brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, also by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Aurora. Pretty easy pick today.
Yeah.
It's me. I'm the player of the game. No, it's not true at all. Theobald turns it over to the guy who's going to be the player of the game. Passes it up ahead to Ernst. Extra pass. Blocked, but fouled. And heading to the line for Lincoln Lutheran is Dawson Gerber, seeing his first action today. We're going to see some subs come in. Gerber, a 6'5" sophomore. He's got a 6'5" sophomore just hanging out on the bench, waiting for his turn. I don't think this Lincoln Lutheran team's going anywhere, Lou.
That is a good program when you've got guys like that that are just kind of waiting to play because people in front of them are so good.
Into the game for Filmore Central, Elijah Conway checking in. Hunter Fintel checking in. Jarrett Podoff is into the game, as is Cohen Theobald. And the starters getting congratulations on a brilliant season. Dan Stoner in particular, his final game. Everything that young man has gone through just to get back on the basketball court. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 4.5 assists per game.
Yeah.
Just an absolute brilliant senior season.
Yeah, what a great season this Filmore Central team had. It's tough when you get here and you can't advance, but you look back later on and you see what a great year you had.
Swiped by Gerber, 6'5", going coast to coast, too strong. It was like a rhino running the break. Ernst put back, not there. Rebound, out of bounds. It'll go to Filmore Central. So Lincoln Lutheran, you know, one of their losses is to a team we'll see later today. The 3 seed, Concordia, beat them earlier this year, Lou. So you mentioned, you know, maybe the favorite. This could be a bit more wide open. We're also going to see Ogallala. They're back here again. There are a lot of good teams in C1. Lincoln Lutheran playing well today, but this is certainly not done yet.
Yeah, not a heavy favorite, but as the number 1 seed, I think, and what we've seen already here in game 1, you got to believe they're a favorite.
At 3 off the mark by Fintel. And so back come the Warriors. Entry pass, Gerber. The sophomore getting it done. Got 3 points today. A lot of guys earning their letters today. Stripped on the way up, stolen. This is Jonathan Simmons. Sorry, Jeremy Simmons. Passed up ahead, nice feed. And you've got Braden Eggy for Lincoln Lutheran. We're going deep into the score sheet, folks.
The backups run the fast break well. That's a well-schooled team, obviously.
Yeah, let's not forget, they're the ones who have to play 5-on-5 against those starters.
That's a great point.
And a backcourt violation. It'll go back to Lincoln Lutheran. Turnovers ended up being an issue for Filmore Central. They took care of the ball early on. That's number 18. And that translated into 19 points for Lincoln Lutheran today.
I believe that was 9 in each half.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's difficult to stay with a really good team when you give the ball away that many times.
Simmons, thought 3. Well, take it. You might as well. If I'm coming off the bench, there are no up fakes. I am hoisting early and often.
Get my name in the stat sheet.
Look,
there.
even if I end up 0 for 5, at least I attempted 5 shots. Hey, folks, stick around after the game. We will take a look at our top plays of the game, brought to you by Currency.
My philosophy was, yeah, you were open, but I only had one guy on me.
Often yourself. 40-point lead, by the way, so the clock will run continually to the end of this one. As it did in the other first-round game, by the way. Johnson Brock in Class D won a blowout victory over Elmwood Murdoch. You want to talk about heavy favorites?
Yeah.
There you go. In D1, Johnson Brock, Coach Dollinghouse, that program won 2 in a row, looking to make it 3. And they are...
Yeah, that's a machine.
Definitely
Johnson
the favorites.
Brock.
We'll see some D1 teams later today on NCN, including the 2 seed, Howells Dodge. Good bucket there for Filmore Central. Elijah Conway, the sophomore. As we've got a timeout sub. This is the first of 6 games here on News Channel Nebraska today.
Mention that the Johnson Brock team is really good. I like Howells Dodge. I think that's a good basketball team. That's the number 2 seed. We'll see how they do, but that could be a great matchup if those 2 teams advance.
As Oakland Craig fans can tell you, never count out anybody from the East Husker Conference.
For sure.
Congrats to Coach Kaczynski and the Oakland Craig Knights on their Class C2 title last week. Lincoln Lutheran, they were the runners-up in C2 last year, and they made a statement to begin C1 this year. Your final, 64-26. Lincoln Lutheran routes their way to the semifinals. Post-game show next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, I'm Baylor Shireman, proud to call Aurora, Nebraska home. From dreaming big in a small town to being drafted by the Boston Celtics, I've always aimed for the best. That's why I rely on Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevrolet in Aurora for my vehicles. When you're driven to succeed, you choose a winning team. Before you drive away in your next car, check with the team that knows how to win. Roe, it's the Roe you know.
At First, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevy in Aurora. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Lincoln Lutheran head coach Jesse Bowens joins me. Congratulations on the win, Coach. How much of a difference do you think it made early that your team had been here before and had this experience, allowing you to settle in?
Yeah, I think it's a huge deal for us. I mean, just even the lead up to the game, I think last year we would have probably freaked out if we lost a day of practice Wednesday because of the Nebraska weather. But the guys were ready. We got up this morning, a little different being up at 9 playing. But yeah, I mean, the guys were locked in. It was the moment wasn't too big. We've been here. It just felt like, you know, we've been here before.
Well, your defense was certainly here. You held your opponent to 26 points in a state tournament game. How'd you do it?
I mean, that's been our MO all year long. I mean, these guys work together so hard on our defense. We had a great game plan. Coach Bargan, you know, gets these guys to work hard. We communicate, we fly around, and the big thing is we're long and we can rebound it. We limit teams to one chance, and it's a new environment that clearly it was tough for both teams to score from the outside, and so when we limited it to one shot, it really helped us out.
But given last year's run to the state title game and ultimate defeat there, what's the attitude and the motivation level of this squad right now?
I mean, from the moment we got in the locker room last year, it was, you know, sorry Logan, sorry Ollie, sorry Jason, but tomorrow it's our run for the championship. So, I mean, from day one, this team's just been after it. We talk about it every day in the gym where we want to hang our banner, and so. These guys are. I mean, we came here to win a state championship, so I'm glad this one's over. You never know what's going to happen in the first round after a long break, but no, I'm just super happy for the guys.
How special is Jacob Dutzman?
I'm going to miss him next year, that's for sure. But no, I mean, when you got a player like that and the offense is kind of stagnant, you just kind of give him the ball and get out of the way. Even his threes weren't hidden, but he can do so much. Put it on the floor and post up and drive, and then can't make a free throw right now, but he can hit a step back three, and so no, he's just a really special player.
Well, thanks, Coach. Best of luck in the semis. We'll bring in our player of the game, Jacob Dutzman. Jacob, 27 points, a state tournament win in your senior year. How's that sound to you?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, the points are great, but we came here to win a championship, and we're two games closer. So.
Last year, this team made it to the C2 final and lost. Why is this year's team one that can win the C1 championship?
Well, I mean, we're bringing almost everybody back. We lost Logan, Jason, Ollie. They're all key pieces to the team. But we know with bringing everybody back, adding Grant, who's been awesome. He stepped up with Nate being a little injured, so it's been great.
All right, you're 2 points away. You almost had it there, trying to get to 29, which would have got you the career record. But hey, you have a chance tomorrow to get that.
Yes, sir.
What would it mean, or what does it mean to you? It's been such a special senior year. Single season scoring record, 1,000 career points. Now you're a semifinalist, and you have a chance to put your name at the top of the record books in your next game.
Well, you know, I've worked so hard. This team's worked so hard. They do a great job getting me the ball, getting me open. Coach has great plays to get me open, so it's really them. It's not really me.
All right, what's it look like going into tomorrow and the next day before the semifinals to get this Lincoln Lutheran team ready to go?
Oh, we're definitely going to watch some film, get as prepared as we can, shoot around a little bit, get ready.
Congratulations on a great win, Jacob.
Thank you.
He'll be the career scoring record holder soon, but he'll have to wait until the next game to do it. Jacob Dutzman and the Lincoln Lutheran Warriors victorious in the C1 quarterfinals.
All right, thank you, Michael. Yeah, we didn't even mention that. He needed 29 points to become the new career scoring leader at Lincoln Lutheran, and he came 2 points shy. So we'll probably see him do that in the semifinals here on News Channel Nebraska on Friday morning. Great job, Jacob. Our player of the game interview brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point. Redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better. Also brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Buick in Aurora. Proud to sponsor the player of the game. Well, let's take a look at our top plays from this one as Lincoln Lutheran's victorious. Those top plays brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Lincoln Lutheran was the runner-up in Class C2 last year. Now they're trying to win it in Class C1, taking on Filmore Central. First time at state as a school, first time at state for either community since 1989. But it was Lincoln Lutheran making memories early on. Grant Stoll, a little ball reversal off the window. Stoll gets Lincoln Lutheran up early. Great up fake here by Hager. Hager's streaking in. 2 of his 13 points on the afternoon. Lincoln Lutheran up. Second quarter, Filmore Central struggled with their shot early on. Joey Stoner able to get the floater to go there. But Lincoln Lutheran, when they get out and run, they are tough to beat. Grant Kuhlman, the Wilbur Claytonia transfer off the feed from Jacob Dutzman. The Warriors extending their lead. They would make their final 5 shots of the third quarter, including that triple by Dutzman. Extending their lead here in transition, it's Hager coast to coast. And the Warriors would lead 28-10 at the half. Second half, Filmore Central trying to get the shots going. Long-range triple would fall here for Miller. 3 of his 5 points on the game, but Filmore Central just never really got comfortable. Jacob Dutzman did, though, 27 points, leaving him just 2 points away from being Lincoln Lutheran's all-time leading scorer. He got it outside, he got it inside, he was contributing in the passing game and in rebounding as well, and Lincoln Lutheran rolling, heading to the fourth. Dan Stoner wraps up a brilliant high school career, gets the and one there, had 8 points to lead the way for Filmore Central, but this one all about Lincoln Lutheran, all about Jacob Dutzman getting it in transition, and the Warriors rolling in the state tournament. They'll get the win 64-26. The Warriors move on to face either Cozad or Ashland Greenwood in the semifinals. So Lincoln Lutheran moves on. Let's take a look at that Class C1 bracket. Lou, Lincoln Lutheran very impressive, but either one of the teams we're about to see, I think, could give them a pretty good game in the semifinals.
Yeah, I think you're going to, it's going to get tougher, obviously, as you head toward the possible Saturday. But, Lincoln Lutheran is a team that we saw. They started slow. They didn't play very well offensively in that first quarter, but didn't really bother them, right? They shook it off and made plays and really pulled away in that game. I still today, their defense is what impressed me the most. Really took Filmore Central out of their game. And I think if they play defense that way, they're going to be very difficult to beat.
Ashland Greenwood Cozad, our next game, our afternoon session, will feature that Ogallala Donovan Trumbull matchup, followed by Concordia and Sydney. Once again, the final score, 64-26. Lincoln Lutheran gets the win over Filmore Central. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. More quarterfinal action next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, I'm Baylor Shireman, proud to call Aurora, Nebraska home. From dreaming big in a small town to being drafted by the Boston Celtics, I've always aimed for the best. That's why I rely on Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevrolet in Aurora for my vehicles. When you're driven to succeed, you choose a winning team. Before you drive away in your next car, check with the team that knows how to win. Roe, it's the Roe you know.
Hi, my name is Ryan. John chapter 8 says, "Let the one among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone." Jesus tells us not to condemn others, it's not our job. He then tells the woman being condemned, "Now go and sin no more." He loves her too much to let her stay where she is. He wants so much more for us. He wants us not to just squeak by in our lives, but to live fully in Christ's example.
Hey, sports fans, heading to the big game tonight?
Worked with Agri City pretty much since the beginning of my ownership here at Motoplex. It's real important for us to have good insurance, a good insurance provider that works with us with the different aspects of having a lot of new inventory, used inventory, and then customers' machines while we're fixing them. They make it really easy to have me just focus on the business because they take care of the back end stuff. They care about Motoplex, but they care about us here at Motoplex as people and individuals.
I'm Rick Keener with Agri City Insurance, protecting what you grow.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Agri City Insurance, protecting what you grow. And by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitor Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevy in Aurora. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports. Nebraska weather is extreme, fast-changing, and at times severe. That's why News Channel Nebraska is turning to the person who knows Nebraska's weather best. Introducing Chief Forecaster Kent Bowden. With over 40 years of forecasting experience and a place in the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame, Kent brings unmatched experience to your screen. Watch Kent on NCN Monday through Thursday, bringing his forecast to the entire state.
5 Points Bank brings communities together. Points Bank. Better bank, better community, better life.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice. Sales and service with a smile.
Your life can change with one heartbeat, and that was mine. Pregnant at 16, scared, and wondering how my mother would react was terrifying. This is Selma. I made the right decision. I can't imagine if I would have ended this beautiful life. Your baby is a person that deserves their life and your love. Adelina has filled my life with tremendous joy. There are difficult times, it's a life changer, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. My faith is my strength. You are not alone. Call your local pastor to talk.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice for complete vision care for all ages. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.